This evening, school cleaners exchange brooms for picket signs. Supermarket on Sheriff Street damaged by early morning fire. The first annual Youth Parliament comes to a close. In the region, in Belize, Mayan Land Rights Commission takes interest and completes consultations. And internationally, in Japan, due to the heightened situation with North Korea, villagers on the northwest coast are practicing air raid drills.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now streaming live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, ch2headlinenews.com. Join us. There was a combination of the smell of cash and other combustibles emanating from the front door of the Nerva store on Sheriff Street this morning. The workers came to their place of employment only to be met with plumes of smoke streaming out of the front door. Our reporter Wendell Jeffrey was at the scene and filed this report.
So like from the switch, something went wrong, I don't know.
According to reports, a microwave which was left plugged in the office of store manager Mr. Theana Hart was the source of the early morning fire on Sheriff Street. The microwave contained an undisclosed amount of money of the sales intake from yesterday. The staff of the Nerva store said that when they came to open the store door this morning, they saw smoke coming out of the building. The fire department was immediately contacted and they responded within minutes. However, they could not access the area of the fire as the smoke and the darkness inside the building proved too much. However, under the directions of Divisional Officer Campton Sparman and Winston McGregor, Deputy Chief Fire Officer, the men were forced to dismantle the second floor back door using a power saw, axe, and other prying tools. The owner of the store, Mr. Tony Ramkumar, was not at the scene today as he was set to travel out of the country this morning. His wife, who was at the scene, said that she is just thankful to God that the damage was not worse.
I'm quite happy, I'm thankful, really thankful that I'm sure within half a day because nothing is just in the office.
Okay.
And,
what was damaged aside from the microwave?
And the ACs and the monitors because I guess it's spark, whatever it is.
About 30 staff will be displaced until the store can be cleaned and reopened. 3 fire trucks, 2 from Central Office at Stabrook and 1 from Camberville Station, and about 25 firemen and 4 officers responded to the fire. The CID officers were on the scene and they told Channel 2 Headline News that the investigations into the cause of the fire will continue. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. School is back in session in a few short weeks, but teachers and students may go back to filthy classrooms because the men and women who clean the public schools of this nation are fed up with the Ministry of Education due to a recent pay cut. We find out that this conflict has actually been brewing beneath the surface for years. Since Tuesday, these women have taken to the streets in protest. Today, they are picketing the Ministry of Education on Brick Dam in order to make their grievances known.
And that's very bad, you know, to realize that you're going every day and doing something wholeheartedly and you cannot draw a proper salary to get your child out to school. And they said, this government say that we need to educate our children. And I think if we need to educate our children, we need to have some kind of firm salary. And I think that salary should be over 80-something thousand or more, because 60,000 can't pay the lowest is 28 right now because they cut the hours, they take back money. So the lowest is 28,000, and that's not good.
According to Don Gardner, second vice president of the Guyana Public Service Union, over the summer break, the Ministry of Education made the sudden decision to reduce the pay of the school cleaners.
It is so unfair. And by now we're saying we need to respect the rights of the workers. While they are sweeper cleaners, they have rights. And it is unfair for someone arbitrarily reduce their salary, which is contrary to the law, without informing them.
This is actually the latest blow in a years-old dispute with the Ministry of Education that actually precedes the current government. The previous administration changed the pay structure for school cleaners, changing their status from government employees to independent contractors. This allowed for some ridiculously low payments for these laborers who receive no benefits whatsoever.
After the deductions, that is what they receive. Some nothing, some 1,000. Because remember, some of these persons, the 2 weeks pay, the 2 weeks is $15,000. So after the deductions, because some of them owe the bank, some owe the credit union. So after the deduction, is nothing, 1,000, 2,000.
Seeing the harm in the system in 2013, the government promised to improve the conditions of these workers. But the improvement has yet to be seen.
People need to understand. People need to understand what is happening here. And we expect by now the government would have addressed this issue. Two, we expect by now we would have get support from the parents. Because if the schools are not clean, no learning can take place there. We can't put the teachers to clean the schools.
Gardner states that the ministry has yet to speak to the workers. Nonetheless, they have promised to continue their protests until their demands are met. Coming up on Headline News after the break, we gauge the public's reaction regarding the Tobacco Control Bill, and the first annual Youth Parliament comes to a close.
Mining Week 2017 ends on a high note with Pork Knocker Day on August 26 at the Bayrock Ground, Wismar, Linden from 9 hours under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green. Enjoy the competitions and get the experience while battling, shoveling, jigging, Tacuba crossing, Warishi race and more. We will meet you at the Bayrock Ground in Wismar, Linden, a gateway to the interior, on Saturday, August 26 from 9 hours for an educational and fun-filled Pork Knocker Day 2017 and the chance to win a diamond. It's Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 27th under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
As a parent who works at home with my business located right here, I use Blaze high-speed internet. At home, my daughter enjoys it for her educational learning apps, and I work at home as well, so the service is efficient for my business. Parents bring their children, and while the children are enjoying ice cream, the parents also relax and enjoy their free Wi-Fi services.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Hungry? Don't rush and buy food from an unsafe environment. The results could be tummy ache, vomiting, diarrhea, and sometimes hospitalization. Instead, stop, look around, ask yourself, how safe is the food you are about to buy? Is it hot? If it is hot, is it stored in a food warmer or on a stove? Is it cold and on ice? How long was it prepared? Since the night before? Early morning or less than 2 hours? This just takes a few seconds and it can save you time, money, and lots of ache. Temperature plays an important part when storing food. Food must be kept piping hot. When food is finished cooking, the hot food must be placed in a food warmer and not a box or bowl for over 2 hours. It must be protected from dust, insects, rodents, and dirt. These precautions are vital because bacteria grow by multiplying. If food is stored in the danger zone between 5 to 60 degrees Celsius, bacteria can double every 20 minutes, causing food to spoil. The correct holding temperature is below 5 degrees Celsius and higher than 60 degrees Celsius. This means keep cold food cold, place it on ice or in a freezer, and keep hot food hot. Place it in a warmer or on a stove. This way, the growth of bacteria is slowed or stopped. Children, the elderly, people who are pregnant or have a weak immune system are at a higher risk of getting food poisoning. Start practicing correct food handling and storing today. Cook, hot hold, reheat, chill. Don't buy food from an unsafe environment because you can be a victim of food poisoning.
How safe is your food? Are you sure about it?
A message from the Government Analyst Food and Drug Department.
For more info, call telephone numbers 222-8857 or 222-8859.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
The recently passed tobacco control bill has sparked some strong feelings on both sides. Our roving reporter Esther Sobers tells us more.
The recently passed tobacco control bill, which seeks to protect citizens from secondhand smoking by eliminating public smoking, received mixed views from persons today. Here's what they had to say.
I gonna stop smoking. And God help me, I'm glad to stop smoking. Right, I don't tell them otherwise we got done with this thing. Yeah, because I go into my 50 and I got 4. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got to stop it. Trust me.
This is ban cigarette told we call it mark. poison on the pack, dangerous to your health, right? They mean cigarette is not good for your health. So it don't make no sense. It's public places or anyway because it's dangerous to your health totally. So if a person is sick, you should go to the tobacco company and not the hospital because there's a lot of money for somebody smoking cigarette and then go to the hospital. Go to the tobacco company that's selling cigarette because them that's selling the poison.
I think they should get all and throw it in the bottom of the sea. Once something is destructive to the human structure, no matter how much money it has, there is no good could come out of it eventually. I'm totally against the uses of cigarette. I suppose the minister, and I would even go a bit further than how the minister go by banning it entirely.
I feel that the tobacco bill is very good because it will prevent a lot of students and younger children from getting into the use of tobacco, and health-wise it will be very good for the older people too, especially when you think about the second-hand smoke. So both ways they're very dangerous.
Using tobacco is very bad. It's killing out your inside. According to the smoking body that they post up all around, and even on the cigarette packs it marks smoking is dangerous to your health. On the packs, if you really take a good look at it, on the packs mark, smoking is very dangerous to your health.
The tobacco vendors also voiced their concern about the recently passed tobacco bill.
I think it still got more consultation, it got a debate, you got to study, not only on the health system, because this thing there for over 80 years. It's supposed to be done. Past since the time, why in the first place, why you intervent it? The intervention. And when you intervention it, now when people get things to it, you're getting that you got to pay so much fine, you got to do this. Me know about paying the fine and all them things. Put it in a nice way that, you know, a smoking zone, put on the stamp on the cigarette, because a lot of we dependent on this.
But give us a chance to sell. Let us do it like, you know me, I have bills to pay. I have to pay the bank, put me right there within a house and all these things, you know me. It would give me a hard time. You know me? It's so like that. Let us give us a chance to do a thing, man. Not just come up with you like that so serious, you know what I mean?
Tobacco smoking being dangerous to one's health and with a hefty fine being soon being implemented, a tobacco smoker will now have to ask himself if it's worth to smoke or not to smoke. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Esther. Good news for prospective UG students. The Zara Group of Companies, in conjunction with the Guyana Police Force, is launching its first ever scholarship program for full-time prospective students of University of Guyana, both Turkine and Tain campuses. 2 of the scholarships will be available to the public, and the remaining 2 will be offered to the immediate family members of the Guyana Police Force. Senior Vice President of Zara Group of Companies, Mr. J. Subraj, said the scholarship is the company's way of committing to their corporate social responsibilities. The scholarship covers 100% of the tuition fee at the University of Guyana for 4 years. Students are required to maintain at least a 3.0 grade point average. The criteria for application for the public to be eligible to apply for the Guyana Police Force Zara Scholarship is as follows. You must have recently completed the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, or CSEC, 2017 examination with a minimum of 8 subjects. Applicants can apply now and email their results after. A proof of acceptance letter from the University of Guyana. Demonstrated need for financial assistance, such as a letter stating parents' income. You also must be planning to enroll full-time in a bachelor's degree program. One must also show a letter that demonstrates that you have had at least 100 hours of community service. Also, a letter addressed to the Guyana Police Force Zara Scholarship on the certain topic. This topic is your future goals and plans to achieve them. The deadline for application is Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017. Persons who are interested in applying can send an email to gpfzarascholarship@gmail.com. The first annual Youth Parliament came to a close last night. Wendell Jeffrey was there for the closing ceremony and filed this report.
George, 40 secondary school students from the 9 administrative regions who acted as members of the Student Parliament got their much-deserved pampering in the form of a dinner and awards ceremony at the impeccable banquet hall on Thursday night. The youth parliamentarians turned out in their dapper outfits and were all commended for their stellar performances during the mock parliament. The Prime Minister used a part of his speech to note that both the opposition and the government sides of the youth parliament were led by females, which he says augurs well for the future of Guyana's politics.
When you have both the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition are females, you know we have now broken the glass ceiling and we are going right into the future to have perhaps place women ultimately not as leaders of their home, but as leaders of our National Assembly and the place where we make our law.
In a reminiscent moment and reflecting on the sometimes raucous atmosphere that now obtains in the real Parliament, the Prime Minister made this submission.
So it is a difference that we must take away, that there is hope for our Parliament. There is hope away from the divisiveness that we experience from time to time, and from the type of politics and the quality of politics we have had 50 years after our country had become independent.
The first Vice President and Leader of the Parliament said that the current parliamentarians should apologize to the students who were there gathered, and that they, the older politicians, should seek to operate at a higher standard.
I believe that there are qualities that we need to imbibe, and practices that should be of the higher and different standard.
Dr. Bortland Scotland, the Speaker of the House, said that the students would have worked hard and must be justly proud.
Having worked very hard to finally reach a stage where you know that you have something to say and that you will say that something with every effort and every commitment that you can muster.
Presentations were done by Rodel D.C. Holder.
We're gonna speak, you better listen. We got the plan, we got the vision, we got the focus, we're on a mission. We're gonna make this nation great, we're gonna make Guyana great again. Oh, we're gonna make Guyana great again, yeah. We're gonna make Guyana great again.
Kingdom Ambassadors School of Dance. The award for Best Debater was presented to Tyreek Scott as Minister of Public Health. Charnel Semple, as Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, was adjudged the Best Speaker. There was the Speaker's Award, which included a laptop, and that went to Zoe Sills. She was selected for that prize by her colleagues. All the participants were awarded vouchers and certificates of participation. The program was chaired by Nadila Allen. Prayers were said by Monette Garnett, and the national anthem was sung by Cassie Adams. Basilio Code Associate presented a Samsung Galaxy Tab E to the Best Debater. BCA Guyana also handed out prizes for the Best Speaker and the Best Debater. The Student Parliament concept was conceptualized by the then Speaker about 3 years ago, Minister Raphael Trotman. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Still ahead, we have our regional news, international news, and the weather report. around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission presents Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 26th under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green, with pre-Mining Week playoffs on August 5th, Port Kaituma, August 12th, Madia and Puruni, August 13th, Anns Grove, and August 19th at Bartica. The National Mining and Quarrying Conference and National Mining Exhibition, August 21st and 22nd at the Pegasus Hotel. August 23rd is Customer Appreciation Day at GGMC Headquarters, Brickdam, Georgetown. Activities end with Pork Knockers Day at Bay Rock Crown Wisma on August 26th. It's Mining Week 2017, August 20th to 26th under the theme Mining Clean, Living Green.
My thoughts, well, for me, internet has changed the world, and Blaze has changed the internet here in Guyana one more time. I mean, long are the days where you have to wait for your favorite TV show to be on at 8 o'clock on a Friday or a Saturday night. This day and age, it's about downloading it, streaming it, and watching it at your convenience. And Blaze, for us, gives us the opportunity now to watch our favorite shows from England, from America, Caribbean, you know, when we want it, how we want it.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
In news from the region now, Guyana is not alone regarding Amerindian land titling issues. On the heels of World Indigenous Peoples Day, the Mayan Land Rights Commission, organized by the government of Belize, is currently consulting with stakeholders regarding land boundaries. Channel 5 Belize brings us that story.
I think it's very good that they are launching the completion of this work, or presenting rather the completion of this work on the World Indigenous Peoples Day. I think it's quite good to be here in Kwikasarko. I am not aware of all the details of how they went about their mapping exercise, but I think it's good that our community gets engaged in the process because, you know, part of the consent order is identifying Maya lands in regards to Maya customary land tenure. So I would be very interested in reading how they went about it, what areas they included, how they resolve conflicts with the bordering communities. I'm also interested in finding out whether in fact there's overlap in use and enjoyment of the lands.
Where are we now in terms of the work of the Commission and of course its relationship with the respective communities?
Well, we have done our consultations with the villages, those who were amenable to to the commission coming into their villages to hold a consultation. So we didn't go to all the villages, all the Mayan villages, but we went to majority of them. Remember, the focus is primarily on the 23 Maya villages that signed on to the consent order. But as a first step, we visited all 50 villages in the Toledo district, or at least made an attempt to visit them.
And internationally, citizens in the American territory of Guam are not alone in preparing for a possible attack from North Korea. This year, North Korea has carried out 14 missile tests, all of them fired towards the coast of Japan. Now, for the first time in more than 70 years, villagers along the northwest coast of Japan are being ordered to take part in air raid drills. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield Hayes took part in one of the little town of Sakata.
You can hear the siren blaring and people are hiding behind walls, running inside buildings. Others have run to the local schoolhouse, which is where we've been told they can take refuge.
一回経験して、経験ってばのおじだらなんともならないんだけど、まずどういうものかなと思って来ました。
そのくぼ地の中へ隠れるだとか、ブロック塀のところに避難するだとかっていうそういうもので、果たしてミサイルが飛んできて効果があるもんだかどうだかっていうのも。
Of course, this is all just a drill, but the fact that a drill like this is happening in Japan is a sign of the times, because no one here has thought about air attack since the end of the Second World War. But in the last 6 months or so, these sorts of drills have started happening in towns and villages all along this Sea of Japan coast.
And now for the weather report. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and ch2headlinenews.com. You can also tune in Sunday morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your home, and do have a blessed weekend.